It was a military victory that shocked the world. Over the course of 2 tumultuous weeks last summer, the Taliban swept through Afghanistan. As America and Britain pulled their troops out, the Afghan government collapsed. 20 years of foreign intervention ended in humiliating defeat. By the time the Taliban reached the capital, Kabul, thousands were besieging the airport. Some 122,000 were airlifted in a frantic 2 weeks. But in the chaos during that evacuation, young men fell from military transporters and scores were killed in suicide bombings. A year on, and the Taliban appear to be firmly in control. The militants have re-established their old emirate, which they ran in the late 1990s. They say they've brought peace, they say they've toppled a corrupt government, and they say they've ended a war which was killing hundreds every week. Yet the country's also gone into an economic meltdown, and any security is enforced by fear. And repressions seem to be growing more severe every week. The biggest immediate impact of the Taliban takeover for many people was an economic meltdown. International aid to the government stopped overnight to stop the Taliban getting their hands on it. The halt crippled government services that were 2/3 funded by foreign donors. Foreign reserves were frozen, and the economic system was paralysed. Millions have been tipped into poverty. The only thing that stopped starvation for many people has been a massive UN food handouts programme. The Taliban had said that they wouldn't repeat their repression of women from the 1990s. Yet women are being edged out from public life. They've again been advised to wear a burqa in public and been told that they shouldn't leave the home unless they have good reason. Girls are currently prevented from going to secondary school. The United Nations has said that all these policies are aimed at making women invisible in society. When the Taliban took power, they promised an amnesty for anyone who'd worked for the former government or the military. Yet, since the Taliban took power, there have been reports of scores of revenge killings. And rights groups have said there have been arbitrary arrests and arbitrary detentions. The recent killing of the Al-Qaeda chief Ayman al-Zawahiri in an opulent central Kabul neighbourhood has heightened fears that the country is again going to become a sanctuary for terrorist groups. Before their victory, the Taliban said that they would not allow Afghan soil to be used as a springboard for attacks as it was before 9/11. But the United Nations says that Al-Qaeda is again finding a haven in the country. What's more, the Islamic State group is active and is targeting religious minorities. The Taliban dismiss many of these complaints as propaganda. They admit they are facing problems, but they say they've brought peace and they've banished corruption. As for the future, the Taliban presently appear to have a firm grip on the country. Armed resistance is limited, and few Afghans want to return to some kind of civil war. Better security is a great relief to many people. But the Taliban are repressive and they're struggling to run the country. The current setup doesn't seem like it can satisfy Afghans or bring long-term security and stability to the country.